you doing, Marcus?
I'm grateful. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for getting the word out. Thank you for putting up that poster. My college roommate designed that poster.
That's
That
awesome.
poster's image is of my friend David Carlack's wife, who's also a friend, Maddie McGinnis. And that is an actual practical shattered phone. That is her hand. This thing was made with love. So anytime I see that image, it makes the heart go boop.
Awesome. And I gotta tell you, you just came out with a fantastic movie because I watched it this morning and it blew me away. Like
Thank you.
I kept trying to guess who the killer was. I knew it was connected to JoJo's character. I was like, oh, I know how to, but I was not expecting how it went. I was just like floored by the end of it.
Thank you.
My jaw kept dropped. My jaw just like dropped through the whole thing.
Thank you. That means a lot. And if I may, please stay through to the end. Anyone seeing this interview, anyone seeing the movie, we've got twists and turns all the way through the last flickering image of the credits. Stay, stay, stay.
Yeah.
We've entertained you till the bloody end. Thank
Yes.
you for saying so. That means a lot. Well, hey man, we that's what we wanted to do. Protect Josh and Jessica's scripts and give you that exact experience. Thank you for doing so. That warms the
Yeah.
heart.
And that's awesome. Like, because I know you've written a lot of the stuff you directed, because you've done this for so long. You're gonna become like an icon in this genre eventually. I know that for a fact. And
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, that means a lot. It took a while to realize I had experience and, and the way it manifests, as you do as well. And as we all do, but it was weird how that particular feeling manifested because there is still like I don't know how to make anyone else's movie. But from time to time, if I'm working in a certain role on ours, it's weird what comes back to be like, no, 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 you know how to do this. This isn't, you've got no problems. You just have challenges. There is no, there's always a how. And in this case, it really was some things that were just simply from high school and a camcorder and two VCRs and finding ways to convey. And also having, by this point, the real testament to experience is having a great team and the people you're working with again and again. And so in this case, like that was abundant. And I just am so grateful. Thank you.
yeah, and the cast was great in this too. Not just Joe Steele, but Jade Pettijohn, Jennifer Enns. Like the whole cast was great, and I liked how they were so different. Like they were friends, but they were so different. But that ensemble worked, and I love it when a cast of various characteristics come together, and it really it makes the film work a lot more. What was it like working with them?
It was a privilege because once you had Jade, you had your North Star, you had your lighthouse, and the bar was way up here. This is someone who's been at it, who has 10, 15 years of experience and is only in her early 20s, And when it comes to JoJo and Jade worked together on the School of Rock show, so they resumed a rhythm. And then I had the very fortunate to be able to cast two ringers, two people I've worked with multiple times. That's Peter Giles and Michaela Russell. And Michaela Russell didn't just act. There was many hats, and the most critical, vital 33 original songs she helped write, produce, and bring in all these wonderful artists from South Africa to compete sonically, to give this movie a beat per minute as we try to give a scare per second. And that was a cavalcade of gratitude. So thanks, Michaela. Thanks, Peter. That gets us to Alifumiko Whitney, who is a producer as much as a gifted actor in this. And so she straddles, I want to call her a special guest Vancouverian because she was working up there quite a bit and a marvelous collaborator, adept at helping develop and keep pushing these roles. So that gets us to Jennifer Enns, who plays Mona, who is so doggone nimble with tone. You could throw, there was a joke uh, that I have wanted to see in a movie for so many years. And the way she nailed it, to have the privilege of seeing that when we premiered in Tribeca over 3 sold out nights, grab every single audience, make them laugh, their silhouettes go back, and then bam, the next bit of violence takes them right back to the clench. Loved it. And
Yeah.
that's, hey, Justin Derrickson, Cardi Wong, Jack Dope Smith, and Julian Haig. So the Vancouver set, the folks that were actually from there, Julian Haig arranged a Zoom prior to us landing on set so they could have a moment to develop and find their friendships and these are friendships that are ongoing in real life.
Yeah.
So they play uppercase friends that become frenemies, layers, suspects, etc. But in real life, these are still performers who support each other. And that translated into them getting themselves all the way from Canada, from in some cases from Los Angeles, everywhere, to go up and support and see this little movie turn the silver screen red. And I'm so grateful for them. So yeah, there you go. Sorry for that. That was a big long speech, but
Oh, that's fine because
they're who bring it to life.
and that exactly reminded me of a movie that came out during the pandemic, a South African horror film called Triggered, where the nine main characters never worked with each other before, and their chemistry was so amazing that to this day, they're all of them are still like the best of friends. Like
Yeah,
that's exactly what it reminded me of. Like just hearing that little story.
yeah, it's and I kid you not, I want to say it was on Justin Derrickson's Instagram. He had a role in a something that was playing that night, and then in the foreground, all the smiling faces of the all AMFAD, All My Friends Are Dead cast, and you're just like, this is great. And then the next photo is they're hanging out on the beach. They're celebrating another achievement. They're celebrating the fact it's a Wednesday. They're just these are effusive, kind, wonderful souls. And when you're in the kind of process, like it was a very quick shoot, but I have never so quickly had old friends. And I loved that. Really, I'll keep bringing up Tribeca because it was wonderful to not only see it, not only put this on with our greatest hope, because we're in an era where a movie studio, you might finish a great movie and they'll be like, yeah, delete.
Yeah.
And yet somehow our little tugboat gets to play on the big screen and we're available on demand. And, people can get to it. And that means so much because we gave it all to have a chance at that and to see it realized up in that wonderful Tribeca festival was so cool. And then guess what? I was there for 3, 4, 5 days, and all of a sudden I was hanging out with the humans and the family members and everybody, and there was just to sit and have a moment for the nerves to go away, to have the veneer of the professional just get to be personal movie attendees at something we loved. It was a great chance. It was a looking glass to the soul, and I'm going to carry that till the day I'm dust.
Yeah, and there's some fantastic death scenes in this movie as well. I was like, holy crap, they were so amazing. And then how long you mentioned it was a quick shoot. How long did shooting take? And
Well, I'll tell you the brutal truth on that one. We had 12 days in Vancouver, 1 day in Los Angeles, and then courtesy of Yolanda Macias, Brad Miska at Cineverse, I put my salary back in. They did some fun matching, and we ended up adding another 5 days to get things done to that. So really, a lot of that was, and to make those set pieces stand out. The death of one character took 7 tries because there was a lot that went into it, and I was like, all right, time be darned, I will put my money where my mouth is because this is our child and we want to raise it with the best and all the resources that we can, and this moment needs to sing. And there was another set piece where we're so excited, it looks great, cuts together great, and then we see the exact same kill in another movie. So that was when, like, all right, we're doing a switch out. And if it wasn't for that, it became a moment that draws an audible every time someone sees it, they go, what? And thank you. So it's like that was one thing that could have been a wound, and we turned it into a weapon.
there we go. So there was something mentioned at the end. There was one little thing mentioned, so I have to ask this.
Sure.
Something says coming soon during the end credits. Is that something that's now in the works that we know for sure?
That is entirely dependent on the success of this one. It really is. Like anymore, I would think, wouldn't it be cool if all of the strangers, there were 3, like you had 3 and they were coming, but each had their own satiating points and whatnot, but they were already kind of in the can. In this case, we are earning every step of the way. So we delivered the most exciting version and completion that this one could be. And if we are so lucky, hey, we can go further.
Fingers crossed. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it does happen. Everyone, check out hashtag AMFAD. All My Friends Are Dead on August 2nd. It's a fantastic modern slasher. And
Thank you.
Marcus, once again, man, you just know how to deliver them. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being our lighthouse. It's yours now. Thank you for getting the word out. We hope to scare you soon.
Let's hope so. Everyone check that movie out, and you all stay awesome.
Ooh, thank you. That's awesome.